Welcome to the presentation on Commlab's approach to learning design. At Commlab, we follow the ADDIE model of learning design, which is shown on screen. After receiving the inputs from the client regarding training need analysis, performance goals, learners' profiles, and other constraints associated with training, we proceed with the output. One of the main focuses of instructional technology is individualized learning. During the learner analysis, we consider a few parameters, such as demographics of the learner, prerequisite skills of the learner, their accessibility to learning environment, and finally, level of education to be delivered, basic, medium, or advanced. Content analysis provides the information needed to carry out all other phases of the instructional design process. The purpose of content analysis is to identify barriers, define the problems, identify the cause of the problems, and determine possible solutions. The instructional content analysis produces a list of information to be taught, tasks to be learned, and attitudes to be developed. Basically, content is categorized into 5 types: facts, concepts, processes, procedures, and principles. The inputs from the client falls into any of these 5 categories. The inputs can also be a combination of 2 or more types. Therefore, it is very important to first identify the content type, and then, based on the type of content, presentation pattern needs to be decided on. A learning objective is a statement in specific and measurable terms that describes what the learner will know or be able to do as a result of engaging in a learning activity. According to Robert Mager, an ideal learning objective has 3 components: performance, condition, criteria. Cognitive development is the most important factor in learning. Hence Bloom and his colleagues considered the cognitive domain as the top priority. The 6 levels of cognitive domain are knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, evaluation. Based on each level of Bloom's model, verbs to set learning objectives are decided. Learning strategy defines how the information is structured and delivered. It is a macro-level strategy, broadly covering 4 categories. Instructional strategy, which includes intellectual, emotional, and physical participation of the learners along with the logical and physical structure of the training program. Media strategy, which defines how media will be utilized to aid instruction and to engage learners. Assessment strategy, to define what kind of assessments will be used in the course. It also includes purpose, frequency, and scoring strategies for the assessments. And finally, technical strategy, that lists technology details of the project like specifications and requirements for the deployment server and client systems. What e-learning related standards will the course comply with? How course completion will be tracked and assessments scored. Certification details if applicable, along with framework to be used to develop the course. All these strategies define how instruction will be structured and delivered to ensure effective learning and easy recall. These strategies enable to engage learners by providing mental stimulus for effective learning. A storyboard is a document which combines instruction on using video, text, audio elements, still photos, graphics, and interactivities, wherein the information in each of the media is complementary to the main message. All these elements play a vital role in designing an effective storyboard. A storyboard is like a blueprint of an online course. It describes every screen in a course, including what learners will see, hear, and do. Our visual design team develops the individual visual elements required for the course development. These elements bring a pleasant and rich look and feel to e-learning. The individual visual elements include various iconic styles, infographics, page layouts, learning devices, presentation patterns. A prototype demonstrates representative screens, usually 10%, which are made functional to give the look and feel, and give an idea on how the course functions. Once the learning design deliverables, storyboard, visual elements, and integrated components are received, they are handed over to production team for developing the course. Once the e-learning is developed, it will be submitted to the end user. But before submitting, we do SCORM compliance testing in order to avoid technical issues, if any, and then upload the course on LMS. The course submissions include Alpha, if the course is submitted for the first time. User acceptance testing, UAT. In this stage, there would be a step called User Acceptance Testing, by which a sample of users would take the training and evaluate the effectiveness of the training. The feedback received from UAT helps our learning design to know the strengths and areas of improvement of the training. Beta. It's a second-time submission of the course. After implementing the feedback received from the client, we submit the end product to the customer, which we call a Project's Gold Submission. After this submission, respective project manager will prepare project closure document, which allows to take sign-off from the client. Once the final submission of course is done, client does the course evaluation by the study of user registration, reveals the information about the learners who registered for e-learning. Course completion record, reveals the record on the number of learners who completed the training. Analysis of test scores, reveals the learner scoring after completion of the course.